Hello everyone, it's Articulation again. Today I'll be reviewing the first combiner of the Tobot V Season 3 toy line, which is Titan V, also known as King Titan in Tobot Galaxy Detectives. And before we get into that, I have very unfortunate news. So, I received the Master V package. The problem is the seller, quote-unquote, scammed me. He apparently, the pictures that he took was of the regular Master V, but the what I got was the mini Master V, like, the one, that mini Master V with, like, the horrible hip joints and, like, no three-stage combination. So unfortunately, I can't really do the Master V video unless I somehow, by some miracle, get a hold of Master V. So King Fortune will probably be the finale until I can get any other Tobot V Season 3 products. But that's not the end, probably, because when the new Tobots, the new revamped Tobot X, Y, Z, and Triton, when they arrive here, I'll get them and I'll review them. I promise you that. But for now, let's just deal with what we have. So let's start with Titan V here. So first, let's talk about the price. This guy in the Philippines costs about 6,000 pesos overall, which is honestly pretty big. And these guys are like Titan V himself isn't even that big. Okay, so let me tell you what I'm saying here. So this is Tachyon, like just regular Tachyon Tobot, okay? Like the one that I reviewed a few months ago. Let's look at the Tachyon from Titan V's, Tachyon. Let me raise up my camera. Look at the comparison. This thing it feels like a die cast. It feels like, not like a Hot Wheels type die cast, like, the Disney Store cars, like, they feel like a slightly bigger Disney Store, or they feel like Transformers. This thing feels like a Transformer. This thing looks like a Sideswipe. Like, it could be like a Sideswipe looking thing. Like, look at the comparison. Like, geez, that is small, and for such a hefty price too. The same thing with Jet Thunder and Wild Chief. They're very much smaller than the Wild Chief and Jet Thunder that I just reviewed a few months ago. Like, they are way smaller. And the price is insane. But I mean, I guess I can't really complain about it, since the Tobot V Season 3 toy line, for me, they arrived in one package, so might as well just review them all. So let's start off with Jet Thunder here. So Jet Thunder more or less just looks exactly the same, except all of the orange or yellow parts have been switched out with red, and the white is now the sort of beige type brown is now a full white. So that's pretty nice. He still has the same problem with the big toy, no landing gear. These things can turn still, and these are where his katanas are supposed to be, but he is no longer in there. So basically, Jet Thunder is pretty okay. You could still move his wings. Pretty okay, I guess. Let's put the Jet Thunder off to the side for now. Let's look at Wild Chief, and we'll deal with this a little bit later. This is the quote-unquote Toki of them. Let's look at Wild Chief. So Wild Chief is also more or less the same, except now he's a dark blue Jeep. Except not all of the clips and stuff has been eradicated. And for some reason, the back has it's white for some reason. I'm not sure why. And I have a problem with my thing, because for transformation he becomes the legs. These things kind of split apart. They don't really go out. They just go out to the side. But like especially like when you're like doing this with him, yeah, obviously they'll collapse in. But I mean, he'll still roll pretty well. That's I mean, it's just and it feels way smaller, of course, just like Tachyon. He just feels way smaller. He is a smaller Jeep. So that's the Titan V Wild Chief. I'll put this off to the side. And now we'll look at Tachyon. So Tachyon, he basically just turned red. Yeah, he just turned red. He basically became Wild Chief's red. Looks almost like a sideswipe. If you remove the Tachyon here, change the tires, he looks almost like a sideswipe. it looks okay, except he still has the problem that the big toy has, where the rims don't roll, so he can't really roll. And he becomes the arm, so I guess that's why he's the smallest, but this still doesn't justify how tiny he looks. I mean, just look at this. Oh my jeez, that is tiny. Like, how did Tachyon shift down into this thing? Like, this is like, that is insane. But anyways, while I'm here, I guess let's start the transformation for Tachyon. So, to start off, we'll lift up the doors here, sort of like this, and then there's a hinge that you need to hinge it up like this. So hinge it up like this, and then we'll open these panels down here, and then we'll open these panels that have little things here, and you need to have nails or else this thing will not you know, it'll hurt. And then you pull the hands, the fists out, and he does have articulated fingers. And you close these up, and then just close these sort of like that. And then we'll take the window parts of the car, lift them up, and then basically they'll become shoulder armaments or shoulder kibble. There we go. And then we split the car part, and these are basically the arms for Titan V. And we'll put these off to the side. And now we'll look at Wild Chief. Forms the legs. So basically, the way he works is sort of like a Tobot Titan. Remember Tobot Titan? Yeah. Basically, the way he works is somewhat similar, but not really. So the way you work this is you have to do this, telescope it just like Tobot Titan, and then lift this up. Although Tobot Titan doesn't really have that part, and then basically everything else is it's its own thing. So you pull these hinges out here, and you lift these up, by the way, which will and you grab in here so you can pull out the foot, and you pull the blue toe out here, make him stand, and you close this up. And then we'll come to the back, we'll lift these up, and we'll push the white bits here to get the heels. And we'll close this up, split the legs, face up my camera. And then we'll take this bit right here, which we will unhinge. There's not really any, this thing just sort of frictions in, and then we'll untab it, and then we'll bring it down here. So this is the Wild Chief in his legs, in his pants mode. Let's put him off to the side, and let's take a look at Jet Thunder, the last one. Now for Jet Thunder, I have there's a modified transformation that I did for him. Not really my major modification, but slight. First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna look up and then fold the wings, which were the arms of Jet Thunder, up like this, and then fold up the wings, which will reveal arm connectors, and then fold up the landing gear, and then we'll basically, you're supposed to clip this in the back, and then you're supposed to leave these in. And I'll show you why this isn't really ethical for me. I'll show you later, but I'll leave this in for now. You bring this down, and this is the Titan V head. I like how this thing looks like a visor. The problem is the visible head syndrome is super obvious. And also, one more thing, you're supposed to push these little head antennae out. And this is Titan V basically ready for combination. So let's take Wild Chief, and let me raise up my camera. And basically it's a slider joint, so slide like this and then clip it in. And then raise up my camera again. We'll take his left arm, and this will just hook in sort of like this, sort of like Quatron. This will slide in like this, and then the way you get it out is you have to sort of angle it and then rip it off. I know it's kind of weird to do it, but at an angle, you can do it. So last thing you need to do is you need to get this piece, which is his chest piece, and this will just clip on right in the center. And this is Titan V, all combined, made out of Tachyon, Wild Chief, and Jet Thunder. So He is not really, he's tiny. Hold on, let me, get, so let's see, get from someone from my shelf here. Maybe my newest Megazord, Chocho Tokudayo from Future. He hails in comparison to this thing. This thing is tiny, honestly. Chocho Tokudayo, he is way, for me, I think he's bit. Well, of course he's more expensive, but this is supposed to be a Tobot combiner, and Deltatron is bigger than this thing. So, yeah, Tobot, your combiners are not doing too well. Anyways, let's put this big guy off to the side, and let's talk about what I like about him. I really like the color palette here, how it switches from red up, strong red up here, and then it switched to a strong blue and white down here. It mixes okay, I guess, except that it's like he's trying way too hard to copy Master V. Like, you know how Master V Speed formed the arms, Monster formed the legs, and Shuttle formed the torso and the head. They're following a sort of Master V thing, but for me, Master V looks way much better than this, honestly. Like, if they had gone with a similar style like Maximus, like a different style like Maximus V, this thing would be pretty cool. Like maybe Wild Chief formed the torso, Jet Thunder formed the arms, and then Tachyon formed the legs. That would be pretty cool. And it would be a very nice nod to Tobot Triton as well. But basically, he is okay. Oh yeah, one more thing I forgot to mention. He has a sword. The problem with the sword is you have to take off the chest plate for it to work. So the way this works is you have to rip this off and you hook this in, and these will sort of clip in together like this. You have to extend the handle out here. And he has this giant lightsaber energy sword. He looks okay with it, except that his chest looks too naked and now looks too naked now. But it looks nice, honestly. Like, it looks okay. Looks like an okay looking sword. I mean, it makes his chest look really, like, plain, though, so that's why, honestly, I don't tend to do anything. Like, I wish that the sword itself, like, this handle was, like, you could remove it so he could just have the sword without the chest piece. That would be very nice. So let's plug this back in. And now we'll go over the articulation. So for articulation, believe it or not, the head can turn. But not really full 360 because the landing gear's in the way. Unless you lift up the landing gear, then you can get a full 360 swivel. The arms can go around, not 360 because of this thing. So that's why what I like to do is I like to bring the jet engines down like this, so that not only he'll have more articulation, he'll also get a jetpack. So you rotate around. Well, he can rotate forward, back, except stuff gets in the way. He can go in and out, but not really just in this posture. He can rotate at the elbow, not exactly 90 degrees. The legs can go forward, back, but if you put this butt plate maybe up here, rotate all the way back, and it can go in and out, rotate above the knee and rotate at the knee. And also, if you lift this up, you can rotate at the toe and the heels as well. So let's try to get him into a sort of pose, maybe with a sword. So let's see here. Also, believe it or not, in the show, this guy is a giant. He is way bigger than, like, what his size is right now. There we go. I guess something like this could do. But, honestly, this, like, if he had, like, a sort of, like, above the elbow joint, it would be way better. Because honestly, this, since he just has an elbow joint, this thing doesn't really work properly. So really, the best you can do is like get him ready into like a battle stance. There we go, something like this, which I think looks okay. Not as good as the possibility of like say Wild Chief, but he's a pretty ethical combiner. He's okay. I just don't recommend it because of the price. That's the main holdback of this guy, the price. And honestly, for me, he's an okay combiner, just an okay combiner. Like, there are way better combiners out there. Look at the Big Beast, or Big Troll, or look at Maximus V, or Master V if you have Master V. Honestly, Master V is a way better pick than this guy. This guy is sort of just the token Triton of the Tobot V season 3. He's just the Triton, if you know what I mean. You know, the 3 cars combined, the 3 vehicles combined thing, you know. But anyway, he is an okay combiner. Articulation's okay. Price sucks, and I don't recommend getting this guy unless, like, say, if you're buying him for a Christmas or a birthday present. But that's really it. And next review, I'll be reviewing Regent or Sandcrawler. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in the next video.